tried to start this video off like 5 times. So I'm going to try it this time. And no matter what I say, I'm going to stick with this because I'm not doing it again. How's it going? Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm going to be reacting to Aurora today. And it's been way too long since I've reacted to her. And Aurora, I got to say, she was one of the first young artists, I guess, that I reacted to. And the song was It Happened Quiet. She blew me away. Prior to hearing that song, I'll be 100% honest with you. I would just listen to older music, 70s music, some 80s. And I had this opinion that all the younger artists were just garbage. Yeah, I had the typical old man thing going. But then I heard Aurora and my world opened up. I was just, like I said, blown away by the performance of It Happened Quiet. And to this day, I listen to that song a lot. And it made me realize, you know what, Bob, maybe you should be giving some of these younger artists some attention because there really is some talent out there and they're putting out some really good music. So that's my story on Aurora, and I'm going to stick with it. So the song, I guess I should be prepared here, is The Weight of Missing. I don't know it. I think it was just released less than a week ago. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. Okay. At least a week ago from when I'm recording this. All right. Let's go ahead and listen to this because I'm just saying a bunch of garbage. Here we go. Aurora.
The world today has changed. You're no longer here, and I feel strange. Now every moment spent with you in my heart feels like a wound, and though it hurts, it feels good too. In the warmth of every memory I have of you, while I live on, and though love comes with pain, I never love in vain.
Wow, this is really nice.
I hold on to all those days, the times I had you here in my embrace. The biggest gift I ever knew was to love you, knowing that you love me too. And now the big sleep keeps you safe as she lets you close your eyes in her embrace. You can lie here forever in our hearts, as long as we're apart.
Wow, that is beautiful. The only thing I wish that she was singing like live in front of a camera, because I'd love to see her emotions, all her expressions and everything that she puts out in song. That's like this, that is it's especially so emotional. Um, Aurora is just one of those artists that always brings something deeply emotional and very normally unique to the table. She's got this, and I've said this I think every time she plays a song, she's got this ethereal sound. But what really stands out is how uh, grounded and real and legit her songs feel. And this one is clearly proof of that. The moment this starts, it pulls you in, I guess, into this really peaceful, intimate place and space. And I'm saying that because the piano is very soft, almost like it's tiptoeing through the background. And her voice is so gentle and so sincere. And I feel like she's singing directly to me, the listener. She's being emotional in we're not watching her singing, so I'm trying to read a lot of this through the sound that she's singing. And she's not being emotional. sh- she's being no she's being emotional, but she's not being like dramatic. Does that make sense? She's letting the emotion kind of come through naturally, and I think it really works in this song. Lyrically, she's already setting up this feeling of longing and memory. And so this isn't going to be a really happy, uplifting song, I don't think, but it is absolutely beautiful. And it just makes me realize how much I miss listening to Aurora. So, all right, let's go ahead and play this to the end, shall we?
our hearts as long as we're apart. I can't forgive our stolen time, that I can't just have you sit here by my side. And I know I'll miss you all my
Wow,
years,
emotion.
but the weight of missing you is worth each tear. And still I feel you everywhere, in the sun that rises each morning, in summer air, in the mountains that sings, in the blossom in spring, in the autumn that cries, in each tear that I dry, in the shadows, in the snow, in the candle that glows. I can feel you, I can feel you. You'll be with me until we meet again, our darling and my friend.
Wow. Well, how's that for emotion? I had mentioned that, It would have been nice to see her sing this live, but there's kind of something special about um listening to her sing and watching her. It's almost like she's sitting by these bushes and just thinking about this. And it's just kind of an interesting take on it. A little bit to my surprise, the song stayed quiet and very intimate, just as like from the start. Which now thinking about it, um, I think it kind of made this song even more powerful in a way. Aurora doesn't try to build things up in the usual way. Usually you're waiting for something, and this doesn't, it never transpires. There's no big instrumental swells or anything like that, or no big dramatic changes. Instead, she maintains the stillness throughout the song, and the emotion just sort of deepens naturally, and she's not forcing it on us or spoon feeding it to us. Her voice might get a little softer in places, or stretched out phrases from time to time. And I'll tell you, that's really some of the stuff that kind of pulled me in. It kind of brings emphasis to what she's singing and talking about. The piano, pretty much throughout this entire song, keeps that same steady rhythm, and because of that, it kind of just reminds me. I may be going way too deep into this, but this is what kind of popped in my head. It kind of reminded me of like a heartbeat. Um, Everything else, and there's not much, is very subtle. Just kind of hovers in the background a little bit without really drawing attention to itself. Thinking about this, I guess you don't need like a really big shift in the feeling um, of the song that she created, because it's sitting so heavily already. Maybe that didn't come out right, but there was a meaning behind that. But listen, by the end, it doesn't feel like the song ends so much as it just kind of gently fades. Like the feeling's still there, even after the music stops, which is really kind of cool. I never really experienced that feeling before. Even though the song was over, the song was kind of still resonating inside of me. So that was kind of nice. All right, let me get my headphones on. I'll be back for final thoughts. Hold on. Hey guys, guess what? It is final thoughts. So, what I've been doing lately, and I don't know why, but I just find myself re listening to songs right after I do the reaction, because I just feel like, well, I guess I should say, I've kind of looked back at my old reaction videos, and I'm like, you know what? On final thoughts, I missed some stuff that I really should have caught. And if I would have listened to the song a second time, I would have picked up on that stuff. So I've been kind of listening to the song a second time without having a camera in my face or a microphone in front of me, and just truly listen to the song. And when I listened to It Happened Quiet, and I seem to go back to that song a lot only because it was so impactful to me. I think it was at the Current, wasn't it? I think that was the location. And they clearly had like creaky floors. You could hear her when she would move around, you could hear the wood floors kind of creaking. And I found that same kind of sound here. I didn't really catch it the first time I listened to it, but the second time it stuck out like a sore thumb. And I thought, okay, here's that creaky floor again. Maybe they're back at the Current. But then the more I listened to it, I think it was the keys on the piano. You could actually hear them hitting the keys on the piano. If you heard that, let me know what you think. At first, again, like I thought, like I said, I thought it was the floor, but I don't think it is. I think it's the piano keys, which gets me wondering, why would she leave that sound in there unless it was intentional? Because it was so, I can't believe I didn't catch it the first time, but there was so much sound coming out of that. And I don't know if it's just to kind of keep things like kind of raw and real and genuine and um, unplugged type sound. I don't know, but I found that real interesting. But I really liked it, and I'm glad I was in the song because it just, to me, it just enhanced the song. I look for stupid little things like that. What really struck me probably the most on this song was probably the chorus. It's not flashy or loud, obviously, but it carries so much emotional weight to it, and just how quietly it lingers and stays with you once the song is over. Like I had mentioned earlier, Aurora's voice, especially like at this pace of a song, and how slow it was and the whole feeling behind it, is hauntingly beautiful. There's a kind of ache, especially when listening to the lyrics and how she delivers each line. It's never forced. It just kind of flows. I love how the musicianship here is incredibly restrained. All we get is that piano and whatever creaking sound that is that I just love. I'm thinking it's the keys of the piano. Um, and all we have is that steady piano, which allows the lyrics to kind of do the talking. Speaking of the lyrics, they're so, how do you say, poetically written, because there's a lot there. If I wanted, I could spend a whole video just on talking about all the lyrics and everything she said, and I'm not going to do that here. But they're, everything I was reading were deeply relatable for my brain. So it was poetic and relatable. And for my brains, sometimes those things are mutually exclusive. But with this song, it just seemed to work. And I really like that. I get this feeling like she's saying something out loud that maybe she's just has never said or admitted before. It's like she's telling us the truth that maybe we all kind of felt in some way, but never found a way to put it into words. And that would really make sense with this whole, her kind of looking around and trying to, it almost looked like she was trying to come up for words to say. And I really liked the video more than I kind of thought I would, with her basically just standing there looking around. To me, the song is kind of about what it feels like to carry the memory of someone who's maybe no longer here for whatever reason. And she's not doing it in a loud, dramatic way, but in a quiet and extremely thoughtful and almost like a reminiscent way. I really kind of related to this, I think, because it's kind of like how loss can weave itself really into our surroundings, our thoughts, and just genuinely our daily life. We somehow carry all those emotions with us on a day to day basis. And thinking about that, I could just talk so much about how that would relate to me and to some of the things that go through my mind, like on a daily basis. And I think that's what makes a song like this so powerful. Really well done. I didn't really expect this tone or style of a song from her. At least I think this might be a first release from her new album. I'm not 100% sure, but at least I think it is. And it was beautiful. And it's really feeling good in my soul to listen to Aurora again. I enjoyed it. Okay, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed it as well. It was a really beautiful song. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you liked what you saw, please click that notification bell. That way, you'll be notified anytime I release some new content. Listen, only life is priceless. Please make each and every day count. God bless each and every one of you. Peace out. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.